here, you have a printed resolution, resolution 1026, that is at your spots up here at the dais. That's being added to the consent agenda. It is some updates to the personnel policy, and it is added to the consent agenda, and it's in front of you at your spots up here. And then also, Councilman Morrow recognized one grammatical error in item D. Is that right? Yeah. Montclair was spelled wrong under that, so we just have a motion to accept the consent agenda with the addition of the resolution and correct spelling correction. Second. Motion by Les, second by Gary. All in favor? Motion carries. Next up is official reports. Just a real brief one from me, Mayor. I just want to thank first our city manager, Jason Brown, and Drew Floyd. There you are sitting in the back. Drew, Jason, and I presented at the Leadership Catawba group cohort. Last Thursday, we did a presentation. They basically had all of this always coming in. It's kind of like a speed date type thing, I call it. We had about 25 minutes to tell everything that we're doing and how we're doing it and everything. So we did a presentation together. I thought it went very well. I appreciate you guys for one putting the PowerPoints together and then us tag teaming on it. I got some positive feedback, so I thought it was good. So I appreciate that and the fact that we were able to represent Claremont and tell what all we do. That is all for me. Any council member have anything you wish to report?
Yeah, I think we should note. I think we should note that our fine mayor turns a big number this week. That's a birthday. I'm not going to say how many, but it's big.
It's 50 on Saturday.
But I thought it was a sweet 16 birthday.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I turned 50 on Saturday this week. Thursday. Thank you. Anyone else?
I do. Mayor and City Council, I just wanted to recognize our police department for what they're doing with this citizens reassurance program. I think it's long overdue and something's fantastic going on. I didn't know if anybody was going to mention it. So good references coming up. Our Claremont Police Department is planning to do something which I think everybody needs to do, between churches and every other people, to be able to take care of our older citizens and watch after them. So in the spirit of that, our Claremont Police Department has a new program getting started called Reassurance Program, Citizen Reassurance Program, developed to allow our police staff to reach out to our senior and disabled citizens to check on their safety and well-being. They'll sign up for this. Participants will be a resident of Claremont, an older adult, or adults with a disability who either lives alone or who are at risk of sudden illness, falls, accidents, and or social isolation. The department staff will contact the participants on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week, telephone beginning at 10 a.m. to check up on those participants' welfare. If the telephone contact cannot be made after 2 unanswered calls, a police department officer will be dispatched to the participant residence and conduct a welfare check. That is long overdue. And I commend our police department, Captain, Chief, and everybody for getting this done. Get this started. We need to pass this around the community, make sure everybody's aware of this so our citizens can sign up for this to be part of the list. Next Monday, the 15th, there will be a meeting for people to get involved and sign up at 10 a.m. at Calvary Lutheran Church here at Mount Calvary Lutheran Church on Main Street in their fellowship hall. And they'll be hosting a presentation on this new program. And we need to pass the word so we get lots of older folks signed up for this so we can take care of them. Again, Chief and all your staff, thank you so much for what you do.
Now we'll add too. We just need to make sure that we get it up on social media and that, I know that doesn't touch everybody, especially this demographic. If there was a way, what else can we do?
Well, we need to make sure this next Sunday it needs to be announced at all 5 churches here. Right? We need to make sure that's announced in all the churches here.
Anyone else? Anything else?
I just want to touch base. Jason, did we get any information on the hit slide
We have been directed from the landowner to the leasing, and we're talking with the leasing. There is an issue that Bryce and we can review if you want us to, has found with the actual ordinance. Basically, the ordinance requires some type of buffering or cover like a fence between residential and commercial. The problem with those two particular parcels is they're both actually commercial parcels, even under the residence on them. So we're looking at whether or not that's enforceable, but we are reaching out to see now to see if they will.
Thank
Okay, next up is our citizens' concerns and comments time, public comments. If anyone's here just wish to comment on any subject, we can just ask that you take a spot at the podium up there, state your name. This is your opportunity to speak if anyone's present wishing to do so. All right, let's see, no one jumping up to the mic. We're going to move on here. Next up is something I really enjoy doing, and it's always good to have new faces in a lot of different of our departments. Tonight we have three new gentlemen to swear into our police department. So what I would like to do, and I'm just going to call each one of you up individually, and of course bring your families up, whoever you wish, up with you. I'm going to meet you around front here. If I could have Sergeant Boutique come up first, please. And of course, Chief, you're an automatic. All right. All right, we'll face this way here.
All right.
Raise your right hand and place your left hand on the Bible. I, Andy Poteet,
I, Andy Poteet,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and maintain
that I will support and maintain
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and the laws of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
not inconsistent therewith,
not inconsistent therewith,
that I will be alert and vigilant
that I will be alert and vigilant
to enforce the criminal laws of this state,
to enforce the criminal law of this state,
that I will not be influenced in any matter
that I will not be influenced in any manner
on account of personal bias or prejudice,
on account of personal bias or prejudice,
and that I will faithfully and impartially execute
that I will faithfully and impartially execute
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
as a law enforcement officer
as a law enforcement officer
according to the best of my skill, abilities, and judgment.
according to the best of my skills, ability, and judgment.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Welcome to police.
Okay. Appreciate the endorsement.
We have people, we have folks pitching in for our PR and things of that nature since we won't stand. All righty. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And next up, if I could have Officer Joseph Alexander. Come on, and any of your family, anyone you wish to come up on file? Anybody is welcome. You hold the Bible, please. Raise your right hand, place your left hand on the Bible. I, Joseph Alexander,
I, Joseph Alexander,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and maintain
that I will support and maintain
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
not inconsistent therewith,
not inconsistent therewith,
that I will be alert and vigilant
that I will be alert and vigilant
to enforce the criminal laws of this state,
to enforce the criminal laws of this state,
that I will not be influenced in any matter
that I will not be influenced in any matter
on account of personal bias or prejudice,
on any account of bias and prejudice,
and that I will faithfully and impartially execute
and that I will faithfully and impartially execute
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
as a law enforcement officer
as a law enforcement officer
according to the best of my skill,
according to the best of my skill,
abilities, and judgment.
abilities, and judgment.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Well, and last but not least, I could have Officer Abel Rivas. Did I pronounce that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Abel, if you will raise your right hand, place your left hand on the Bible. I, Abel Rivas,
I, Abel Rebus,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and maintain
that I will support and maintain
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States,
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
not inconsistent therewith,
not inconsistent therewith,
that I will be alert and vigilant
that I will be alert and vigilant
to enforce the criminal laws of this state,
to enforce the criminal laws of this state.
that I will not be influenced in any manner
I will not be influenced in any matter
on account of personal bias or prejudice,
in account of personal bias or prejudice,
and that I will faithfully and impartially execute
and I will faithfully and impartially execute
the duties of my office as a law enforcement officer
the duties of my office as a law enforcement officer
according to the best of my skill,
according to the best of my skill,
abilities, and judgment.
abilities, and judgment.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. All right. Congratulations, everybody. Welcome. Chief Thomas, from what I hear, I hate to say it, but I'm going to, but I put myself in this corner. All the slots are filled. The remaining ones in BOE too, correct? All right. You're gonna keep it.
He was very.
I know.
Anyway,
I know. But, congratulations, everybody. Welcome here. Look forward to having you here. I had a chance, I haven't got a chance to meet, you two gentlemen. I did get a chance to meet Sergeant Pooty on Friday night. Was out there, we had a chance to talk for a while, so we, look forward to getting to know everybody, even better. Okay, we are next, we have another presentation, and I'm gonna recognize Mayor Pro Tem Dale Sherrill to, handle this presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Addressing the council and everyone here, most of you are all aware, we started the PJ Stanley Scholarship many years ago after PJ died of cancer and died quickly and unbelievably for all of us. He was a member of our city council, he was a member of our fire department, he was a member of our rescue squad, he was an EMT. He taught all of those, the firemen, he taught all of those genres at Scotland Valley Community College and also at Mitchell Community College. And he put a lot of people into public service. So we started the scholarship in his memory, and we've awarded tens of thousands of dollars over the years for this, for people who want to go into fire, or police, or EMTs, public service, anything to serve. And tonight, we're looking to be able to award 2 individuals $500 scholarships for this fall semester to CDCC. And I'd like to ask Jackie Lell and Blake Painter, if they could come up here, please. And we've always done this for people who go to these two places, Mitchell Community College and Dog Valley Community College, to go into public service, and we're happy to do these scholarships. We're lucky this time to have not some young high school folks who are going into these genres, but the people who are already in the business and want to be able to promote their lives even more, learn more, go to school more, get more accreditations, and we're happy to be a part of that. Jackie Lale, who works for the city of Conover Fire Department, actually been in the business a long time. He's the deputy fire chief of Conover, 28 years in the fire service, and he's attending Dog Valley Community College to further his education in emergency and fire management. So Jackie, we'd like to award you $500 scholarship. The PGA Stanley Scholarship. Blake also has been around a long time in the fire business here. He's a full-time member of the Claremont Fire Department. He volunteered at the Maiden Fire Department. He's an EMT, and he is attending CDCC to further his education in fire protection technology. Blake, congratulations. It's $500. And we encourage anyone who has children, students, friends that are going to these two schools, Mitchell and or Dog Valley Community College, to further their education in any kind of public service for this. Can't get scholarship, you don't apply. So we encourage the BLET courses and both to have those students apply, and we hope they do. Sometimes we go a semester or two without any applications, and it's hard for me to understand why somebody don't want to apply for free. But thank you for being here. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Joe. Yes, thank you all very much. I agree with this in my industry and outside of, I agree with it for here in my paying career in the trucking industry. We're never too old to learn. We're never too old to learn. There's always something new to learn, get certified in. So I'm a huge believer of getting out of our four walls, whether it's here, whether it's my office, whatever, and experiencing and learning something new. That's good. So I appreciate anybody that does that in any realm of service. Okay, moving on to new business items. We just have a few items here under new business. Council, we have proposed resolution 5-25, which is basically for us to receive into our budget approximately $17.9 million, which was appropriated by the state of North Carolina for wastewater and infrastructure. Jason, you want to add any details to that? Or?
So what this is a letter of intent fund from the state. As council is aware, we were awarded $18.2 million in the 2023 legislative session that was originally to be used for the Wild Creek Outlaw project. Council is also aware of kind of the hoops that we've had to jump through on that particular project, and that has now morphed into a regional wastewater infrastructure project with the city of Conover. Basically what this does, we had to reapply for those funds that had already been set aside with the new scope of work, and that was approved, and that's what this is. So we're just accepting the remainder of the funds we had already accepted into the new scope of work for this regional wastewater project.
Okay, Councilor, any questions? If not, I entertain a motion in a second to approve resolution 5-25.
Make a motion to approve resolution 5-26.
5-25.
I didn't believe it's 6.
Okay, 5-26. Okay, so motion by Dane. Second by Gary, all in favor? Motion carries. Next item of new business is simply a call for a public hearing. This is resolution 6-26. This is in reference to annexing the property that the rail spur over at Poplarman actually sits on. We have had a hefty investment in that for many years, but it's not in the city limit proper. So we are just simply calling for a public hearing at the October meeting to allow the public to look over this. If there's no further questions, just entertain a motion to call for this public hearing by approving resolution 6-26.
Motion to approve resolution 6-26.
Motion by Dale, second by Les, all in favor? Motion carries. New business item C, these are proposed resolutions 7-26 and 8-26, which are also called for public hearing, reference to the annexation of properties in the International Rail Park, which is just east of the city, just behind Matlock Salvage and a bunch of farmland back there, which is a new proposed, basically phase 2 of the industrial park. This is going to be served by rail in a very large way. A lot of those properties need to be brought into the city limits of Claremont. And so we're just calling for a public hearing to allow public input on that.
Make a motion that we accept resolution 7-26 and 8-26.
Second. Motion by Les, second by Dane, all in favor? Motion carries. New business item D, this is proposed resolution 9-26. This is also in reference to funding. I think this was approximately $1 million, right, Jason?
Yes, sir. The council is aware we were previously awarded $1 million to the Industrial Development Fund through NC Commerce for the North Redirect project, or the North Redirect phase of the wastewater improvements project. Because that scope has changed to the joint operation with Conover, we had to reapply just to have that scope change. So what this resolution does is authorize the staff to reapply for that particular grant to be awarded to the same subject.
Any questions? I'll entertain a motion to accept proposed resolution 9-26.
Make a motion for resolution 9-26.
All right, motion by Gary, second by Dale, all in favor? Motion carries. All right, last item of new business. This is another simple call for a public hearing. This is for transfer of real property for economic development. Jason, you have anything you want to add on this?
Just to make council aware that what this is a process within joint statutes that will allow us to take certain parcels that are already owned by the city, and place those into use for economic development purposes. We're going to be presenting a couple of fund structuring options at the next month's council meeting that will allow us to move those assets into this.
And council, any questions? Entertain a motion to call for this public hearing on the transfer of real property for economic development.
Motion to call for a public hearing in October for transfer of real property for economic development.
Motion by Dale, second by Les, all in favor? Motion carries. And I did want to just add one thing. Y'all probably heard us from the audience standpoint, if you're not aware, along with this funding that we were talking, wastewater is part of Jason, what's the broader number for the total wastewater investment that we're making? Roughly.
Right now, if you kind of get in the map of outfall, you're probably, outfall is right at $6.5 million. The north redirect to Conover is at $24 million. You would get about a $30 to $31 million investment.
And for everybody's benefit, if you're not aware, what that is basically us invested in the infrastructure, setting Claremont on a path for the next 40, 50 years for additional industry, additional housing, just addition. So that's what that is for. I appreciate everybody being here, and I didn't want it to sound like Greek to you, so I want to explain what you're hearing. So, next up will be appointed officials reports. First up, our city attorney, Bob Grant. You have anything? All right. City manager, Jason Brown.
I'll be very brief. Park signage has been installed at City Park at council's request, and the pictures of that were included with your agenda packet. And then the second thing, the city was notified on August 27th that the candidate that was supposed to start on September 2nd for the advanced communication coordinator position intended to take another position roughly 4 days before they were supposed to start. Posting has been re-advertised and going back through the process. Drew and I had a meeting with Heather today. Heather is still assistant, working on Claremont days. So we've still got her helping with that. I just beg council and the public's patience as folks who have other jobs are trying to step in and make sure that these events, communications, and everything go off. But we are working towards Claremont Day as a trunk or treat and hope to have someone in place by our Christmas festivities. If anyone knows anyone with some events coordinating experience, please send them our way, because this has strictly been a harder position to fill than I thought it would be.
Thank you. I just have two questions. I know the park signage looks good. I saw it in the packet. That reminded me, the pickleball court, we'll get the lights.
Duke Energy has received a request for the lights and we're waiting on that. It's a little bit of a lag in execution. I should say.
But it's in motion, so
Yes.
that's cool. Because there's pickleball court. I don't know if anybody here plays pickleball, but those courts that we have at the park, big time, which I think is great. Maybe one of these days we might put a second court down there. We're talking.
Serve at your pleasure.
On seriously, I saw also we issued the permit for our own bulletin board, electric board out front out here.
Actually, we've been told, what's the date, Drew? Do you remember? A lot faster than I thought. Mid to late September, they should be coming in.
That's awesome. And what that is, we're invested in a digital, sort of like you see in front of churches and things like that, a digital board, which is going to be placed right out here so we can do a better job of announcing things that people may not see on social media or other things. We get back to the old banner type days, but we don't have to do it with a vinyl banner. So we're investing in that and it can be controlled remotely and everything. It's going to be a really good thing. So looking forward to get that in. So that'll be in before the end of the year, essentially. So awesome. Okay, anyone else have any other questions, Jason? All right, so at this point, that ends the regular session of our meeting. We do have to go in closed session, so all I need to ask for at this time is a motion to take us into closed session. Second. All right, motion by Gary, second by Dane, all in favor? Motion carries. We are now in closed session. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all. We'll bring it over here and sit. What's up, Rick?